Okay. Hello, everybody. I've been itching to play this game, but didn't have the time before. So now, let's play Galaxy Princess Zorana. I guess. Yeah. Hello there. Hello there. Nice to see you. So yeah, Galaxy Princess Zorana. Well, there is a game called Long Live the Queen that Hanako Games, the developer of this game, made a long time ago. You're the princess and you basically get killed until you figure out choices and build to survive. So this is kind of the same, I guess, but in space. Also, you can when long live the queen, you could kinda date a girl too, but it was a little bit of an afterthought compared to the. Well, I guess no idea how good the other romances are, but supposedly this game has more of that. So I'm excited. Also, I'm excited for the gameplay. So let's play Galaxy Princess Zorana. Let's get killed, I guess. Also, what do you think of my lizard and me? My new looks. Look at my hair and look at the lizard jiggling. Not a big deal, but I figured out how to do this, so yeah. Anyway, let's play. Let me get out of the way. Yeah, Godot, it's surprisingly easy to do these things. Supposedly the next version of Godot is going to get even fancier stuff. No idea how easy that will be used, but we'll see. Anyway, you lie in your curtained bed, trying to relax your mind into sleep. What a rotten day. Well, I guess the whole empire is rotten more or less, if it is the same as Long Live the Queen. Does the game pattern work? Guess not. Your mathematical drills made your head hurt. Your soup was served far too cold, and the heel of your favorite damson purple shoe snapped completely off on your way back to your room, making you stumble in front of your guards. I wonder what the situation is in this game. I guess most likely whatever the emperor something is dead if it is the same pattern. Even your beloved pet. Oh, we get to choose right away. A cunning bionic hawk, a sinuous golden viper, an all-consuming black blob. I don't know. Vipers can be cute, I guess, and well, I'm obviously reptile themed now, I guess, so it's kind of adjacent, I guess. But nothing wrong with hawks either. The blob, but I guess I have made a game about the blob, so that could also be a thing. All consuming though, I don't know, maybe the blob is cute. Let's try it. Ignored you during feeding time. Well, that's a lot from a blob that consumes everything, I guess. It's bad enough that you had to leave all your friends and be dragged off to this floating palace just because you're the new heir now. What's the point of being an imperial princess if you can't have nice things? Well, that's how these games go. Your father, the emperor, rules over all of civilized space. How dare your shoes betray you? Okay, the father is still alive. For now. this is not helping you get to sleep. Relax, relax. You can get another shoe in the morning. Suddenly, there is a loud chime at your door. You don't care. You're in bed. You're not answering it. To your surprise, the room lights turn on by themselves. Someone out there has the power to override your settings. Maybe the Emperor is dead right now. That would be convenient, I guess. Sidio, maybe. Could also be like Sido. Probably Sidio. Your Imperial Highness, Princess Zorana. We are here to escort you to the cabinet room. Please rise and dress at once. Go away, I'm sleeping. The main character is pretty cute. Let me move like a little bit. I want to match the like position. Something like this, I guess. But there is a chance that I will be blocking the other characters, but I can move, I guess, if that is a thing. It's an emergency, Your Highness. It's your father. Yep, I guess. Whatever my father wants, he can tell me in the morning, but probably not if he's dead. Princess, your father is gone. What? Mood change complaint. I'll be right there. Oh yeah, I guess the mood change was a thing. I don't remember if it was a thing in Long Live the Queen, but it was a thing in one of Hanaka's games, for sure. You make your way to a seat, still dazed. All around, government ministers, logothetes, and civil servants are shouting at each other in agitation. It doesn't seem real. Surely the real you is still lying safe in bed. Adrift and confused, you stare up at the imperial portraits that overhang the cabinet table. No, I guess this is the father, like the skin color is a little bit same. But if this is the mother, like I guess, I don't remember if she was this dark. Father, mother, I never really knew either of you. Yeah, I guess this mother then. Crystal Nova. Maybe it's in files is save. What do you save? You save like this. It's fine. Can't be empty. Your mother died when you were very young. You barely remember her. You have only pictures and her name. Imperial Consort, Millennia of Crystal Nova. Place outside the Empire which you have never visited. What was the like lore? Like, was it that the guy ruled like all like inhabited spaces or only like civilized? Like, how is this like outside of the Empire? Emperor Dragesen was a busy man with no allowance for a child's demands. You were raised on the American homeworlds by your governess and a series of boarding schools. You saw your father only at official functions from a distance. Okay, well that's a yikesy, kinda. Not the best parental figure, I guess. You have only been here in the Heavenly Palace for a season, learning at his side, and now Speak one at a time, or we cannot hear ourselves think. Mazarin, you are His Majesty's shadow, sworn to defend him at all times. How can you not know what happened? Were you not at his side? A male mirror raises his head. I guess this is a cat boy. Emperor receives a message from the science labs that one of his top secret projects had made some kind of breakthrough. We went down to see it at once. One of the cabinet ministers, your father's logotete of science, immediately questions what manner of project. The research was attempting to create short-range personal warp fields. Well, that's like the Chrono Trigger incident then, I guess. The same trope. The assembled ministers break out in shouts again, with cries of impossible and what the physics. Science, impossible fail. Well, this is a skill test, but surely there's no way at this point. You don't understand any of the technical babble. This is a skill test. You will see bubbles like this throughout the game when your current skills or mood affect the outcome of the story. If you'd rather not know, you can disable test bubbles in the settings menu. I think I kinda want to know because it's probably better for streaming than like trial and error for months or something. Any school child knows the basics though. Only very large ships and structures like this palace can travel through warp gates to distant parts of the galaxy. No single person can teleport from a bedroom to a boutique, even if it would be very convenient to avoid crowds. But it's kinda like, feels like it is backwards though, like being able to do it with huge objects. But you kinda have the convenience aspect of it already. Like the dad was basically like he wanted to try to the convenience store that is next to his apartment with a car, and then got into a car crash or something. We went to view the equipment and speak with the researcher. Dragosen sent me to another lab to check on some readings. He is my first loyalty, so I obeyed without question. Then I heard the sound of an explosion. I returned to the lab to find that the equipment was destroyed and the researcher and the Emperor had disappeared. Like disappeared, like dead disappeared, or like teleported away. What there were no bodies. No. There were many records of what tests were run, what the machine was trying to do, where it might have sent. No, everything was destroyed. How can you know nothing? He doesn't answer. Nobody is. Is it possible that the experiment worked and your father was transported somewhere in the Heavenly Palace? That he's just injured, maybe, or unconscious, and that's why he's not here. Well, I guess this is like a little bit of a complication if it's not like certain what happened, but I'd assume he's dead. It's more likely that he was thrown out into space or sucked into another dimension, or ripped into tiny pieces and scattered like confetti. Nope. Yeah, I guess. You wrap your arms around yourself and sink down into your chair as the ministers argue around you. all gone. I guess he's like a little, like in between the skin tones. Princess Zorana. What? You are the designated heir. In your father's absence, it falls to you to make decisions for the Empire. You must decide what we do next. But okay, so do we like actually get to like throw the whole like empire into turmoil instead of just ourselves? If the emperor is dead, then the emperor must be informed and the official mourning period begun. However, with nobody present, the procedures are less clear. Should we officially announce Dragassen's death, or delay the inevitable with an investigation until an investigation can be concluded? Well, that's a difficult question. No idea though, like what is the merit of delaying at this point. I'm pretty sure he's dead. He might come back and be like, but the rumors of my death are like over. I don't remember how the saying went exactly. Exaggerated, I guess. The rumors of my death are exaggerated. I guess we'll just make the announcement to see what happens. Emperor desires to know the truth. We should announce it. I think this is probably, like, realistically speaking, the right move. Like, sure, you can delay it, but what does it help? And there are grounds to believe that he's dead. Very well. Then this celestial ministry is permanently disbanded. Thank you all for your service. You may depart. I wonder if we'll lose like information by doing this, but let's try it. Wait, what? Your Imperial Highness, this is your father's cabinet. His ministers, who made their oaths directly to him. If he is no longer emperor, then those contracts are no longer valid. Their time is over. Okay, I guess we jumped right to the deep end of the pool. Somehow. Is that not what you wanted? They are leaving you here on your own. Well, I don't know. Let's do it. That's correct. Make the announcements. You don't need your father's ministers anyway. I don't know about that. It would be handy to have somebody, but we can hire like some relatives and dip into the nepotism thing. It seems to be popular these days in politics. Also like get some like weirdo YouTubers or something on the council. Most of the occupants of the room clear out at this point. But if you remain, CDO of course is not a minister but a vestarch, a civil servant. It's their job to carry out your orders and see to all those fiddly paperwork details. Oh, that's a big lady. This woman, however, is something entirely different. She is the Imperial Treasurer, head of intelligence and the secret police. You have never really spoken to her before. The reports to your father were made in private. But makes sense that like the intelligence thingy isn't like just disbanded. That's not how it works. Like it's basically like police, I guess, in a way. Like police adjacent. Or adjacent, something like that. You're staying. She chuckles, earrings swaying. Only the Emperor can grant me permission to retire, or the Empress if you claim the throne. Aren't I Empress already, if my father's gone? Not until you are acclaimed by a majority of electors. You are Dragosen's designated successor, but you must stand for a formal election before you can be crowned. Okay, well that's surprisingly democratic, I guess. Which means our first priority is ensuring your safety. You don't have an oath-sworn bodyguard at this point, do you? No, just regular guards. Then I volunteer to stand as your bodyguard until a proper rotation can be established. If you visit, I will sleep in your quarters and keep you safe from harm. Oh, that's a quick pairing, I guess. She wants to stay in your bedroom, your private sanctum. She's a stranger, and a stranger whose entire job is to snoop and spy. But it could be safer to have her present if you feel that you can trust her. If not, you'll be volunteering for your own execution. Can you truly trust anyone in this palace? I guess we can try, that's an option at least. If we die then we know we can't. Well, probably this is safer, but who knows? It's not out like rumors or anything, right? Though it could be. Accept your offer. He says nothing, only nods. It is probably best for you to sleep while you can. There will be little time for it in the future. With the meeting broken up, you disperse into the hallway. Princess Zorana was bound by your father to give you a message in the event of his death. Yes. Focus on your studies. The skills you gain can never be taken from you, and they may mean the difference between life and death for yourself and the Emperor. That's how it goes. It is the same thing as in Long Live the Queen. Well, death can't take them away. You have to restart if you die. Or load, I guess. Surely we don't die in the, basically the tutorial though. Build a pool of trusted advisors as quickly as possible. Strengthen your power base. But always remember that your own knowledge is more valuable than what you hear from others. That's all, nothing personal, no secrets, no final admission that he loved you, nothing. You have been a weak and spoiled flower, but you are Dragosen's child, and if you survive, you will be Empress. Spoiled, how dare? It is what your father told me to say. It's kinda hard to say. Being upset about your shoe breaking, it can be valid too. But if that is how she's always, then I could see the spoiled thing too, I guess. That. Learn quickly. He walks away. There you are, in complete control of your own life for the first time. What you choose to study will give you the skills you need to become Empress, or else doom you to a brutal fate. You'll show them all you have to. Once you have slept, you must choose your first set of classes and begin your journey. Okay, let's see. Zorana can learn many skills, some faster than others, depending on her current mood. Click the question mark next to skill set for more information. Okay, what do we have? Interaction. Convincing someone to agree with a cause or value. Whipping up support for a war involve rhetoric. Ethique. Understanding the nuances of formal manners in order to avoid or give offenses desired. Deception. Lying believably. The target may not agree with you, but they will believe that you mean it. Bonus modes compliant social. Penalty mode secretive. Negative and dirty will can't. Interactions, I guess. I'll gain 10 points. I think body control will just like drop for now. I think we want information. The gunnery too. Probably spaceships too. But empathy would always be nice, I guess. Still no idea. It's really hard to tell. Is there like any like real information skill? Arts. How do arts even help? It's like rhetoric keys. But it would be useful for sure, I guess. Like diplomacy, I guess. Basically. Impulsion or other would be handy, I guess. For smooching some alien girls, but no idea. No idea if we'll just die if we try to do that. I don't think there are like as clear like information skills. Gymnastics. I don't think these are particularly handy. I guess if there is the ball kinda even in this game too, then maybe they could be handy. Domination. Like how much like do these matter, like knowing a different kind of gun? Why do we know big guns from the start? Well, I guess we'll just have to test and try to figure out. Maybe scouting could be information skill actually. Ability to navigate on a planet's surface. Okay, for not exactly, I guess. Are these like buffed by determined? Yeah, green are buffed by determined. It's 5 points extra, but does it help really? I think we'll take this. What does dramatic do? Acting, costume, disguise, knowledge of place and theater. May sometimes substitute for deception Interesting. But do we want to be a drama queen? I want to put it on empathy. Basic level ethic. You struggle to pay attention to empathy. Whoop. Oh yeah, I didn't pay attention to that. Might have been better to put all of them ethic then. Once again, you lie in your bed. This time, sleep bubbles up easily. Your mind and body are exhausted from the stress of the days since your father disappeared. Only in sleep can you relax. Was there a noise? Did something just fall over in your room? You're so tired. Something bumps against your bed. Are we dead right away? You hear a scuffle and a scream. Activate lights to find Karandi crouched over the body of a Hyrcan woman, freshly dead. Her body is smeared all over Karandi's clothing. Well, I guess we would have been dead if we didn't take her in. Assassin has been dispatched, Your Imperial Highness. But that was really fast. Thank you. We will remove the body and investigate her connections. I'll have someone clean the carpets in the morning. That. You watch in silence as Karandi and the guards carried the mysterious woman away. She was strangely dressed for an assassin. She looked much more like one of your father's concubines. Why would someone like that want to kill you? Oh, maybe it was not an assassin. That would be a thing too. Interesting. Today there are crowns too. It would be kinda nasty to just die right away. But who knows? A concubine is like waifu basically, I guess. Isn't it? If Karandi hadn't been here, like the sus kinda servant or something. I'm not entirely sure, but somehow it rings like that. Cautious. How are you supposed to sleep now? Every turn you will have the opportunity to interact socially with characters who are present in your current location. At the moment, that's people in the Heavenly Palace, as well as visiting Karandi the Treasure. You can also spend time with your pet, which will affect your mood. Okay, so the pet is like a healing kinda character. Your pet is a writhing, indistinct mass of darkness that likes to tear its prey apart before absorbing it. You only wish you could be that destructive. Though large weapons do help. Okay, well, it's not a cute kind of blob, I guess. Choosing this pet gave you a starting skill in hiding and big guns. Okay, interesting. Why big guns and hiding? Look, I guess hiding is kinda nice though. I could see that come handy. What is the blood's name? Ebus. I don't know, Tina is fine. Tina is the name of the Final Fantasy VI. I guess the main character basically in Japanese. Yeah, that too. But like, how do they relate to the blob too? Let's make it thinner, I guess. It is kinda cute though. It is kinda cute. It's cute in the same vein as the fast travel beast in Silk Song. What is our mood anyway? Causes. I don't know if causes is bad exactly. Unless like this somehow works. I think it might work like it swings toward like one end of them. Either way, so. Well, let's visit the pet, I guess. Close it with the X button. Ebon blood. Okay, well, it made us negative. I was hoping that it would make us positive, but I guess not. You tear apart chunks of meat and throw them to the blood, watching them slowly dissolve in its bubbling grasp. If only it were so easy to make all your problems disappear. Okay, well, it's like the anti-feel-good kind of comfort pet. Discomfort pet or something. Corundi, I guess then. Opinion, no opinion at all. Is Mercandy like same race as father was? Like the skin color is the same. Grand skill, intrigue. 75. Was intrigue even a thing in the skill list? Security alert. Good day to you, Imperial Princess Zorana. My agents are not aware of any current threats to your personal safety. Well, that's good at least. What did you find out about the woman who broke into my room? Who was she working for? Her name was Esmarai. She was a member of the Emperor's harem. Okay, it is that kinda occupation then. According to my agents, she believed the Emperor was going to marry her and make her consort. His disappearance meant the end of her hopes. That may be what made her angry enough to kill you. It could be that she could be bi too and... Well, like, well, next try then. But I guess, well... I guess I can see this, but like... How does it help? How does it help to murder her? Like, it doesn't solve anything. Maybe that this is just me being too, like, pragmatic about these things. Not having enough anger issues to do this. How did she get into my private room? Or maybe she had a key because... Oh, but Dad probably lived in a different room still. It doesn't fully make sense. She obtained override codes somehow. We haven't been able to trace the vector. Esmeralda was not a skilled hacker, not in contact with any known subversives. Her only notable society connections were to Zolat, Elector of Gedro, but you wouldn't have had those codes either. Gedro, one of the twin worlds in Sector Merca 1. That's where you grew up. You have met Zolat socially before, though you don't know him well. We have rectified all the systems, of course. However, those codes leaked. They will no longer function. But whatever happened, it's dealt with now. But a lot is unexplained about this. Both we are super negative because we visited the unwellness pit. Does this mean that it flips it this way? Well, I guess we'll try. Yep, that's how it works, it seems. Makes sense. You hole up in your room to record your most secret thoughts in your private diary. I wonder if this will also bite us to the butt at some point, having the diary. Maybe it's encrypted, like maybe it's futuristic instead of pen and paper. The treasure and the Westards are waiting for you in the cabinet room. Princess Zorana, I need to speak with you. News of the Emperor's death is traveling far and wide. I would expect that many nobles and diplomats will be contacting you soon. In the meantime, your father was due to make a decision on extending the recapitalization thresholds for this firm's recent tax. So now it falls to you. Impossible. Deception fail. So deception would be helpful. I don't know what that means. I suppose the Emperor did not consult with you on matters of high finance, but more like consulted us with nothing. The Westards guards you solemnly. If you intend to claim the throne, you need to begin making contacts and alliances. You need the support of the College of Electors in order to be proclaimed Empress. Every elector is a noble from one of the imperial worlds, each with their own interests and motivations. You will need to speak to them individually to win their support and make deals where you can. Okay, well, I guess that's where the skills come handy. Like getting the interaction skills might actually be good. Like, do we actually pilot our own ship or something? Can't we just get a pilot? Or do we need to put points into that too? Actually, we need to travel to the other systems. Well, I guess we have these people are the only people that trust us. Well, are in this council now. Because we kicked everybody out. We are making our own government. We are also in need of a new team of advisors. By imperial custom, you may not rehire any minister from the previous cabinet. Why not? This is also surprising but democratic in a way. You can't be in power forever kinda democracy. With certain exceptions. The treasurer will always advise you on matters of intrigue. The High Pontifex will always take the role of spiritual advisor once you win her support. It is the same for your military advisor, the Star Admiral. The High Pontifex and the Star Admiral aren't here right now. They have too many duties of their own to stay in the palace all the time. You'll have to seek them out. You now have knowledge skills. Okay, so they are added later. I was hoping that we would have them right away. When you have access to an advisor, you can use their knowledge as if it were your own. Advisors will also help you train your knowledge, but a bad advisor can lead you astray. Astray, good or bad. Like, I think I heard from the Kickstarter campaign that there would be some kind of like rebel plotline or something. So maybe that's that kind of astray. You might win an elector's loyalty, offering them a position as your advisor. It is a great honor to join the Celestial Ministry. You might also consider winning someone's loyalty by making an offer of marriage. Well, that's an interesting way to do it. Really quick there to do that right away. A marriage. Marriage alliances are traditional, but you haven't even had your adulthood rights yet. You're still an adolescent, old enough to be betrothed. Yes, but would you really want to bother away your future like that? Marriages are for life. As your father's heir, you provide direction for the Heavenly Palace. At your command, we will travel the Empire so that you can meet with your electors. Oh yeah, I guess the palace can be a traveling thing too, if it is a ship. It's also much to take in. You have enough to worry about your classes. Thank you. I will speak to you again later. Nope. Yeah, secretive, so these were bad, right? Yep. Yeah, these are something that I would like to know. But intrigue is kinda useless because we have the advisor in a way. Right. Galactic relationships. Knowledge of alien cultures and their interactions with the Celestial Empire. Without this, you may know only the vaguest stereotypes of people outside the Empire. Your learning rate for knowledge skills is not affected by mood, but by how your personal skill compares to any minister assigned to this position. Skill checks will test either your skill or your external credits, whichever is higher. Do we just drop everything on the galactic relations? I don't think they will get us like to be the Empress. Like, we want the support of the people of our own empire in a way. Though maybe like some of the are aliens who know the electors. But the red ones were all minus. green ones are plus. What is intrusion anyway? It's probably like breaking in. Yeah, I don't know if I want like any of these. I like ethic, I guess. I don't know, let's just put all in the galactic relations. See what happens. What is like the minus of the... Oh, it's completely unavailable for secretive. Nope. Oh well, let's learn about aliens then. Basic level galactic relations. Princess Zorana, here are the regular status reports. You eyed a stack of papers with some dismay. I guess this is also like, oh, you need to learn the skill. Emperor Harem has been cleared. All of your father's former concubines have been sent on their way with appropriate gifts and thanks. Well, apart from the one, I guess. That's a different kind of thank you. Some will no doubt wish to return for the official funeral, but for now, it's safer to keep them away from the palace. We don't need any further disruption. That's probably for the best. When is the official funeral? Certain ceremonies to bless the Emperor's passage have been carried out already, but the full state funeral will not take place until a new ruler holds the throne. Until then, the Empress's empire is guided by his spirit. Well, sure, he's a gunner, though. This brings us to an issue which requires your attention. Mazarin, your late father's shadow, has not carried out the ceremony to end his life as honor requires. But I guess because he was a failure. It wasn't his fault, it was an accident. There was nothing he could have done. That does not matter. Emperor Shadow must follow him in the death. I have spoken to Mazarin. He has confined himself in his quarters, fasting in vigil. He claims that he is waiting for the Emperor's body to be found before holding the ceremony. Well, I guess it's kind of fair enough. Like, it's not like clear that the Emperor is dead. Hard to cut your throat at your master's feet when the feet are missing. Was that supposed to be a joke? I guess. Mazarin's loyalty is not in question, but the Emperor's physical form may be forever beyond our reach. What are your commands, Your Highness? I don't know, I guess it can wait. I'm sure Mazarin would rest easier if we could find the Emperor's remains. Until we have final proof of the Emperor's fate or a new Emperor takes the throne, it is not a dishonor to wait. Very well then. Could be though that the Catboy will betray us. Who knows? You gather up the papers and hurry away to your room before you can be presented with any more problems. In your room, you check your messages and discover that you have got mail from some of your school friends. They sent their condolences about your father's death. Of course, the news must be reaching across the empire by now. It's been a season since you have seen any of your old friends. Since your father called you away to the heavenly palace and named you heir in your brother's place. Okay, the brother is, I guess, a gun or two. At school, your two dearest friends were Xenia and Vasily. Xenia loves gauzy dresses that blow in the wind and make her look like a dramatic hero. He's fascinated by rumors of magic and alien powers and knows more about your no-one heritage than you do. Xenia was also a far better student than you were, especially when it came to computers. She loves... Oh, why is it going so fast? Where's the history? Probably luck. She loves finding out secrets and insists that the crystal she keeps by her keyboard gives her special hacking insights. She's enthusiastic, bubbly, and a bundle of energy. So a sunshine character. Vasily, on the other hand, is much more laid back. He's handsome, artistic, and prefers to charm his way out of situations rather than to any actual work. He's quite intelligent when he puts his mind to things, but he'd rather use that intelligence to have a good time. Sure. Oh, he's a guy though, so sorry, Vasily. Vasily always had devoted fans following in his wake, and he was kind to all of them, but never seriously in love. As far as romance went, you had a crush on... Okay, interesting. Well, surely it would be Xenia. Your eyes were always full of mystery. You really miss her. For now, though, your social interactions are limited to the palace. Interesting, so you can choose what genders you're into. I guess the game probably doesn't even offer then wrong kind of marriages after this. That's nice. Didn't expect that exactly. So how does the pet work? Does it just make you negative? That's what I want to know. Yeah, it just makes you negative. Interesting, but kinda useless. Well, neither of these is an elector, so it doesn't really... Oh yeah, this is the cat boy. No idea how much it matters to talk to him exactly. Maybe it will stop him from stabbing you, something. Does you probably know if that is the case. Good day to you, Imperial Princess Zorana. Agents are not aware of any current threats to your personal safety. Well, that's fine then. Search for traps. Not the best kinda hobbies exactly. End of the turn, you can direct the Heavenly Palace to warp to a new location in the Celestial Empire. You must travel to each location to interact with the local electors during this social phase. Under each pinned location, you can see the votes up for grabs in that sector. Empty circle indicates an unassigned vote. A check mark shows a vote supporting you, and an X shows a vote opposing you. Right now, the Heavenly Palace can move only one warp gate jump per turn. You can travel to any of the 4 points directly connected to your current location. Additional movement can be unlocked with science. Okay, so at least we know one skill, like what it does. Science. You can view more of the map by dragging with the mouse or by using the compass arrows and zoom buttons on the right sidebar to adjust the display. Well, those are like behind me, like that thingy. If you choose to stay put in a location instead of moving, you receive a bonus to social action on the following turn. You can talk to more people in your location, however, there aren't many people to talk to in deep space. So you should probably pick a new destination. Yeah, thought so. There are so many places. America has a lot of electors, but it's not like enough to win, I guess. Carcass has 6. Mao has 3. Kinda interesting, like why it is so far and has so little. Though I guess this has little too. Like this is like distinctly like out of the way. If you go here, then you can go next here at least. I guess if you get these and this, like, then you're easily going to win. But I kinda want to be a controller and go here instead. Let me see. But there is a chance that we don't get all of this anyway. Well, let's go here first anyway. I think we need to do it. Merca 1 sector. We have a problem. There's always a problem. Mazarin has disappeared. What? He stopped responding to messages. When we overrode the security lockout on his quarters to see if he had done his duty, we found them empty. How can an important political person, the Emperor's own shadow, just disappear out of the palace? Weren't you watching him? You never ordered surveillance on Mazarin. You said he was completely loyal. Your Highness, my agents have been more concerned with your safety than with the safety of a shadow who was due to enter eternity in the near future anyway. Well, I don't know, that's kinda related to my safety though. Should have just gotten the guy executed, right? Hope it could still be fine. But I guess we would be a goner if we didn't have a bodyguard too. Well, did he die somehow? Did he make another warp portal? Oh, I see. My keyboard was bonking the things. Did he make a warp portal to follow my father? On last reported sighting, he was headed for the hangar decks. It seems likely that he smuggled himself out of the palace on a spaceship. As the Emperor Shadow Mazarin was trained in a variety of techniques, stealth, surveillance, infiltration, hacking, he's quite hard to track. I guess he's gone then. Has he gone rogue to save his own life? Or is there more to the story? Maybe he killed Emperor? Or probably this, I guess. Maybe he's looking for the Emperor. Maybe he found out something about the experiment. Maybe he's trying to throw himself through a warp gate to join the Emperor. If he took a one-man shuttle and flew it into warp gate, he would be obliterated without causing any harm to the palace. Speculation. Princess Zorana, it falls to you to make decisions in Dragason's place. What is your official response to this situation? I don't know, these are kind of the same. Hunt him down, well, what is the point? He's really hard to track down, right? Well, let's do this. I'm not soldering on it, but oh well. We'll just claim that he performed the ceremony, he's gone, it's all over. There won't be a problem. Well, like, in a way, like, especially if you broadcast this, like, it is likely that he's not going to be a problem then, because he's free, right? It might even be true, how would anyone know? Very well. But there's also the chance that he'll come and stab us. But hopefully not. At last, he leave you alone to plan your class schedule. Oh, I guess we are just doing this. Also, so like, oh, this doesn't get the penalty anymore. Doesn't get the bonus either. Let's put some on this ethic. Student level. I wonder how much you need to unlock anything like events. Ethic is still nothing. There are more messages of sympathy waiting for you in your mail queue. These condolences are labeled from your known family. What family? You don't know anything about your mother's relatives on Crystal Nova. Since she died, they have never visited or reached out to you in any way. As far as you know, they might have sent something for her funeral. But you were very young and you don't remember the details. Are her parents still living? Did she have siblings? Do you have cousins? Cousins not like interested though. We don't want to get banned from Steam. You wonder for a moment and then decide that it doesn't matter. Crystal Nova is no part of your life. You are dedicated to the Celestial Empire. It's almost an insult that they would reach out to you now, considering. And then it hits you. message isn't from some unknown cousin, it's from your brother. Prince Vashkat, your older brother, like you, half American and half no one. Unlike you, he held responsibility from a young age. He was named heir to the Celestial Empire upon his birth. He blazed the trail through the top scholariums and led his squadron in military service. And then he turned traitor, stole a fighter, and defected to Crystal Nova. Ex-Prince Vashkat has a warrant on his head if he ever dares to return to Imperial space. You haven't heard from him since. I guess this is the rebellion plotline then. I think we are probably fine. Fine for now. We'll just do normal princess things. You were never that close to your brother. He was there. He got all the fancy toys and accolades and your father's attention. He was traveling the empire while you were stuck on one planet. You were just his second string to spare. It was only after your brother left that your father brought you here to be with him. If Vashkat were still around, you wouldn't be living in the Heavenly Palace, and you'd never have the chance to be Empress. You don't know why he turned his back on the Emperor, but you have got the benefit of it. I guess the Emperor is evil or something. Otherwise there wouldn't be rebels, right? I guess there could be. Could be that the rebels are the bad guys, who knows? That has definitely happened in real life. Recently too. You don't have time to think about this now. You're an Imperial Princess, you're all busy. When you enter a new inhabited sector for the first time, that turn's social phase will be a reception to allow you to meet the local electors. Merca Prime, the twin worlds, Ketro and Andro, the heart of the Celestial Empire, your home. In many ways, your childhood felt like an exile. You were raised on a small Ketro estate in the care of your duenna. While your brother was the heir, you were never called on to attend your illustrious father in the Heavenly Palace. You were the second string child, unnecessary, out of sight. And yet, you were an Imperial Princess, attending school with other children of wealth and power. Every Trajan you received invitations to anything from ritual sacrifices to operatic competitions. This cliff-top castle is nothing new. You have walked these halls before, and you know what shoes to wear. Okay, so I guess going here first is like an okay move then, I guess. Who knows, like if the child over the school friends are here too. It sounds plausible. If we grew up here. Tonight you are the guest of honor. Every person of rank in the twin worlds is lined up to greet you, offer you their sympathies, their respect, and a ceremonial gift. There is no time for anything more. Not with so many waiting for even a moment of your attention. It is, of course, the 6 local electors who are uppermost in your mind, the 3 from Ketro and 3 from Andro. The single sector is the pivot for the balance of power in the Celestial Empire. However, you cannot seek them out. You must wait for the cure to proceed as tradition demands. I would kinda like to get more skill points anyway, so that I don't mess up. Okay, ethics success actually. So getting that was a good move, probably. The protocol is a relief. It means you don't have to make any decisions about who to talk to first, and therefore risk offending no one, another of the electors. Everyone will come to you in time. Oh, let me hydrate. It's kinda like I'm unsure yet, like if I have actually dodged bullets or if they were just scares, like the so-called spy and stuff. And like if this is like hard mode because the council disbanded. The premises of the twin worlds take precedence, followed by the capfails. They bow to kiss the air above your hands. They present you with an array identical platinum coins stamped in your father's image. It is some time before the first of the electors reaches the head of the queue. Charlotte of Kedro. You recognize him easily. He dresses for that effect, but you have never known him well. Too old to have been your friend, too young to have been a schoolmate's parent. Charlotte's first husband has passed into eternity. He is here alone. Oh, probably not a marriage candidate then, or could be. Could be if he's bi. I'll get warmer drinks. Ma. Okay. He also had some kind of connection to Esmerai, the woman from your father's harem, who tried to murder you in your sleep. Okay, that's awkward. There's no proof he was involved in any way, but he did know her. That's awkward. Throw him out. This is no time to make a scene and antagonize an elector who might be innocent. Yep. He bows to you, wings fluttering with practiced charm. Your Imperial Highness, may the gods bring you favor. Yeah, I don't see like why throw him out right away, like that just seems plain rude. Also, we want to vote and not just upset people right off the bat. He says nothing more than that, merely offering his coin to your attendants and withdrawing. Empathy basic fail. You can't tell how he feels about you. Like my guess is like he knows what it means to lose somebody in your life, so maybe that's what empathy check is. Ooh, what is this? Tentacles. The next elector to approach you is Krobus of Andro. He is the only one of the cohort that you have never met before, for the plain reason that he is far too young to take on the responsibilities of the position and has never been invited to any formal gala. Media fail. You vaguely heard about the death of the regent of Andros' child elector last season. But shouldn't someone else have been appointed to the position? For Krovos to be here alone implies that he has stepped into the full role. There is precedent for allowing adolescent heirs to take up positions when necessary. You yourself have not had your adulthood rights, but Krovos is only a child. It's most unusual. Hello, Your Highness, how are you? Ethic fail. His manners might be acceptable at a child's party, but they are totally wrong for this occasion. He ought to be addressing you as Imperial Highness. Tolerate the mistake, surely. He's such a little boy, younger than you, and he's all alone. You can be generous. I'm very well, thank you. He grins and hands over his coin. Oh, that's a weirdo grin. Happy bird star. Is he trying to be annoying on purpose? It's not my own, never mind. Yep, this guy is a little sus. The little boy wanders off, his task complete. You can't tell how he feels about you, but probably doesn't care too much. The next elector who approaches is Wahder, also of Andro. He is an older male who is never married and has no children that you know. He's always seemed kind. To Your Imperial Highness, it is my great pleasure to see you here tonight. I hope to see you carry on the legacy of both your parents. Thank you. He offers up his gift and moves out of the way so that the next guest can proceed. I don't know, this guy has seemed like normal at least. A few other senators have come through. The next electorate approaches Lucamer of Ketro, scion of a long line of politicians and very familiar to you. Academy you attended under recently lay within the territory he represents, and he was a frequent speaker at graduation ceremonies. Lucamer is in attendance with his wife, both impeccably dressed, save for his ever uncontrollable hair. I guess like this ring is like a lamp, but it makes it look like they all like have a halo, like they are dead basically. Yep, I guess it is just a lamp. It's kinda like the thing like if there were like a trophy or something, like their antlers or something, and like you would be in a photo and the antlers would be like behind your head, like that kind of thing. He looks at you stiffly, then bows, offers up his coin, and withdraws without speaking a word. That's worrying. You can't tell how he feels about you. You have no idea like how much, no matter how much empathy you have, like if you can't tell this. The next elector up here before you is Ixel of Andro. She is notable in Twin Worlds society for a large number of acknowledged children, one of whom attended your academy a few forms ahead of you. You were hoping Fairy would be here tonight. There's no sign of her or her siblings. But then these are the guests of highest prestige. Heirs and offspring rank lower and might be further back in the queue. Ixel stands by her husband's side, smiling at you. Hello, Your Imperial Highness. You're looking well under the circumstances. We are very sorry for your loss. I know this time may be very difficult for you. Please call on my household if you have any need. This is like, are we supposed to call her? Is this just like a polite order that you're supposed to not actually practice? Thank you. He presents your gift to you and leaves smiling. You can tell how she feels about you. The last of the electors to make appearance is Milan of Ketro. You are surprised to see him attending alone. Perhaps his wife is unwell. She is much older than her husband after all. Equally unusually, Milan appears to be entirely sober, which is not his typical demeanor at social gatherings. Perhaps this is a show of respect. Your Imperial Highness. He thumps a fist on his chest. Glory to your line. You nod in acknowledgement, and he hands over his ceremonial coin. Until another meeting. He marches away with purposeful motion, his back straight. You can't tell how he feels about you. I don't know, like, it doesn't feel particularly suspicious though, at least. That is the last of the electors, but certainly not the last of the guests. A long evening stretches ahead of you. Of course, there is one more vote to be cast within the sector. However, its holder is not the sort of person who can be expected to wait in line to pay her respects to you. If you wish an audience with the High Pontifex, you will have to approach her as a supplicant. For now, you must raise your chin and look regal. Okay, a lot of codex. Now that you have met the electors of the region, you can contact them privately during future social phases in this sector. I don't know, we'll go to this direction because why not? You visit all of the major palace departments, making sure you know what they and you need to do tomorrow. I'd imagine we want to stay put because we have no votes. Your screen is chiming insistently. Someone on your contacts list is trying to call you. Hello. Hello, Vasily. Oh, hello, Vasily. Xenia pushes her way into view. Oh, it is there. Like student friends. Zorana, we are here to support you in your hour of need. Well, we are not here yet. I mean, we are here. But we are not there here. But we could be if you want. What? What he's saying is that we would like to visit you in the Heavenly Palace. If that's not an imposition. You shouldn't be all alone at a time like this. And you shouldn't have to deal with entertaining us or trying to look the right amount of sad if that's just more stress for you. However, if you would enjoy the distraction, and the hugs, and the chance to show off all your new stuff. What do we have stuff that we have the anti-wellness pet. Then we will happily fly out to see you. Do you want to see your friends? They at least don't want anything political from you. Probably. But you're still pretty overwhelmed with everything you need to manage here. Do you have time to play hostess? What is the difference? Like, do we want a big party exactly? Will it make us like happier? Also, like, is it like Empress like to have big parties? Let's do a quiet visit, I guess. I would love to have you visit, but it may not be that exciting. Everything is in turmoil around here. That's fine. We are happy just to be with you. Hehehe. We'll see you soon. Alright. I think putting everything on ethic is like safe bet. Empathy would be nice, but we can maybe try to guess what the characters are thinking. Galactic relations can wait for now because I guess rhetoric would be nice too in a way, but it's probably better to just all in on ethic at this point, I think. Because it was a helpful skill for sure. Now we have 50, so hopefully that helps. Practice level ethic. You have gained 30 points in ethic. Yeah, well, that's how it works. Getting 2 lectures. You wait eagerly for your friends to disembark. Zorana. She runs up and throws her arms around you in a hug of greeting. Vasily follows more sedately. Not laying a hand on you in this very public environment. I have no idea if this also changes depending on like what you choose on the cross option, but this looks good to me. How are you? Have you been sleeping okay? You look tired. What have they done to you? Or tried to murder me, but that's about it. She passes over your hair while you try to explain about the election and the need to assemble a team of advisors. That must be very difficult, putting your fate in the hands of strangers you cannot trust. We could trust her, right? Why not? Yeah, hey, that's a marvelous idea. What is? We could be your advisors. I know a lot about other galactic cultures. Vasily knows all about art and stuff. And then you'd have people on your team that you trusted. Also, if you appoint us to your cabinet, then we'd be assigned quarters in the palace, and we could stay here longer. Otherwise, we can only visit for a treason. What is a treason? Our codex is here behind me. Treason. Tressen, a standard period of time in imperial culture, equivalent to 13 days on the original American homeworld. This is the usual amount of time for a basic vacation or for carrying out any new experiment in one's life. We'll try it for a Tressen. For game purposes, you can interpret Tressen as being very similar to a turn. Handy. But it's kinda nice though, like having this kind of lore, I like it. And I like like having this available here. What is Mao? Mao was one of the planets. One of the two folding species of the Celestial Empire, originating on Mao Prime. Mao have furred bodies in a variety of colors and patterns, as well as cat-like ears, eyes and claws, or Mao are there. Well, I guess it makes sense, Mao sounds like a cat meow. So it makes sense, so they are the furries. Probably the same species as the cat boy, who flew away with the stolen spaceship. Mouse are often considered to be mystics, prone to contemplation and seems rather than relaxing. This does not make them pacifists. I guess the Mao planet is like tucked in the corner so that like you can prioritize it prioritizes it if you want the cat people, which could be a thing. Could be a thing at some point. I don't know. Don't decide anything right away. We would be happy to help, even if it's only for a little while. But you have many responsibilities. If you want to make those plans, we can talk later. That's right. For now, you need to show us around your place. Palace. I think we need to talk to the weird voters too at some point. I wonder like how many turns you need exactly, or like how many turns you have until the election will happen. I think we'll just try to play this safe kinda. Surely there are more than, I guess based on the number, like I don't think there is room for more than 99. But surely there are at least 9. Let's talk to her. I'm interested. Opinion friendly. Computer lesson. I'm not sure how handy that comes, but if you can't get this like at this point at the earliest, surely these skills will come handy later. So I think the game is probably reasonably long at least. Yep. Yeah, something of a crush on her. Yeah, this is like affected by the choice, I guess. This is more or less what was explained before. Upper cabinet position, but good as well. You bring Xenia inside to show her around. Now this is what the cabinet chamber looks like. Somehow I thought the walls would be more dark and mysterious. Are you sure you want to join? To be seated, at the heart of all your secret government deals, of course. And I am happy to have you as my external curator, head of galactic relations. Oh, I pressed quick save, but that's fine. She squeaks with joy and kisses you on the cheek. That. You're elevated, Xenia, to the position of external curator. Galactic curator. Okay, well, that was kinda a waste to put the points on the galactic relations, but 30 isn't too much. No idea if we should take this guy to the council. It's probably just art. Like discrimination based on sex, I guess. No idea if we have enough points to actually like get the votes from these people. Like this person seemed relatively normal. Possibly this too. Investigate background. Explore social network. Negotiate. Of a cabinet position. Okay, the history would be nice for this, I guess. Well, let's try, I guess, like how this works. Negotiate. You arrange for a private conversation with Vader. I need the support of my electors in order to formally become Empress. Will you pledge your loyalty to me? Well, that's very direct of you. Of course, I'm happy to make that promise. Thank you. Look forward to seeing your influence on the Empire to come. Okay, well that was quick. I'm not complaining. But like assuming that this is like true and they can't lie. But it's probably okay, so I guess it is guaranteed. Probably. There were these two that like actually existed. We have like 2 people in the council so far. Guess we could try the like other things too, like investigate background and stuff. Maybe he's just like awkward. That is also a thing, I guess. It's kind of a waste of time, but I want to see how the mechanics work. dig into the background of Kravos, Elector of Andro. Kravos' short life has been marked with more misfortunes than your own. He was an only child whose parents were both killed in a transport accident. Kravos, still very young, was confirmed as the future elector and his guardianship assigned to a minor noblewoman as regent. This new guardian chose to educate Kravos at home rather than send him to a school. Well, I guess it could just be awkward then. That's probably how it works. As her own children were already adults, she purchased a child from an orphanage to serve as his playmate. This was considered to be a great act of charity and kindness. 2 seasons later, the child's body was found face down in the estate's Lomas Pond. It was recorded as an accidental drowning and, as the child had no family to raise complaints, the case was quietly closed. Official records, however, suggest that the child had been beaten before death. Okay, that's more yikes though. Most recently, the regent held a family gathering to which Kravos was not invited. He was left at home with the servants. At that gathering, a meal was served with poisonous mushrooms mixed into a salad, killing all but the regent's eldest daughter, who hated salad and didn't eat any. Okay. Well, I guess we are not going to eat anything when visiting if we are visiting. The courts are still debating whether the cook or the daughter is to blame, but it was not socially acceptable for her to take over Kravos' guardianship while under such a shadow. In the end, it was decided to let Kravos assume direct control of his inheritance, despite his young age. Okay. This is kind of worrisome. I'm not sure what to think of this. Some believe Kravos to be cursed or perhaps blessed by the touch of death himself. Already there are small cults within his territory that revere him as an avatar. Others see him as the victim of a seeming family who hope to usurp his electoral control, only to be brought down by their own plots. It's hard to know how this works. Like the beating, could be him too. But if he was not invited, then or maybe there's a way to get the cook, revenge that or something. That could be a thing, I guess. The happy birthday thing was kinda malicious sounding for sure. It is sus. In any case, his name is already so marked with suffering and scandal that it is hard to imagine any blackmail attempt having an impact. I don't know about blackmail. Imperial history, spirituality. Whoop. Relax by the pool. Enjoy yourself lounging beside it, and then splashing around in your own private pool. I think we are staying put still. You make your way to the cabinet room, yawning. Basil left late last night, but Sidio dragged you out of bed first, thing in the morning for an important meeting. He had received a message from the Star Admiral, but this was the warfare person or something. Alright, you need to meet with him to discuss your candidacy for the throne. He doesn't have an official electoral vote, but as the head of the Imperial military, his support or lack of it will affect how others see you. He reports that an squatter has been sighted far past the drogue system in unaffiliated space. Squatter are something like giant space moths. They cluster around stars to feed, blocking out the light. A swarm of them plunges the Novan homeworld into an ice age, nearly wiping out their civilization. That was a long time ago, but it's hard to forget. Ooh, I like this lore. Unfortunately, as space-dwelling organisms, they are impervious to most damage and nearly impossible to kill. Well, can't be hoped then. The creature is not currently in a direct course for Imperial space, but their movement patterns are unpredictable. It could approach Drogue. It's a single squatter, and the Drogue system has no planets to threaten. The danger is not high. Admiral Yoko waits your instructions. What do you want the Star Admiral and his flagships to do? Renders with is like come closer basically. Like it said that like killing them is like basically impossible. This could be though like I don't know, but we needed to meet you. Well, it's fine. I wish to speak with the Star Admiral personally. Tell him to return to the Heavenly Palace. Very well. Might be a bad move, but well, I want to see how it goes. Imperial history was kinda handy knowledge, I guess. We just put everything on ethic, right? We don't get like bones yet, I think. Or do we? We are indulgent. We could get empathy at this point though, because it would get bonus. That could be a thing. Yep, that is so many points right away. Okay. So this is kind of a yikesy. These are probably kinda safe bets. Maybe this was too. This is like a question mark. But this was the guy like that somehow had the option like throw him like out of the building right away. Let's try it. opinion is unknown. Well, I guess we'll just try. You arrange for a private conversation with Charlotte. I need to support, and so on. He looks at you and lets out a slow, dramatic sigh. Fair princess, we are not friends, you and I. There is no reason for me to pin your colors to my sleeve. And yet, there may still be some arrangement that benefits us both. A very delicate matter in need of a deft touch. Okay, it needs a lot of empathy. You mean a favor of some sort that you would want me to do in exchange for your vote. Yes, if you must lay it out so plainly. He reaches over to a low desk and slides out of drawer, plucking a blue velvet case from its depths. This is a gift which I wish to be delivered directly and discreetly. I can easily travel to carry a gift, but there are any number of courier services. Not in this case. I wish to deliver a gift to a member of a particular harem, one whose mistress is my greatest rival. Might be the one who got into a little bit of an accident with the bodyguard. He wants to involve you in a scandalous affair. Cetra would destroy anything that she believed might have been sent by me. Any parcel sent openly to this target would be intercepted and searched. The meetings we can arrange are rare and take a great deal of planning. I wish for this gift to be a wonderful surprise, and for that I must employ subtlety. It's probably a different one then, not the father's one then. But I think there was mention that this person knew the so-called assassin. I can provide directions to Cetra's estate, the layout, the location of windows that give access to the correct bedrooms. But the key is the element of surprise. You are not currently associated with me. I will have the item delivered to the Heavenly Palace. We must not meet in person to avoid suspicion. Do you agree? It is a rather sticky bit of personal intrigue, calling for stealth and likely to be embarrassing if you are caught. Oh, there's just no way we can do it. We have no stealth skill at all. Empathy, not enough. And what if it's a trap? What if this gift turns out to be a poison or a bomb? I'll see what I can do. If he's trying to keep this quiet, he can't make too much of a fuss if you never succeed. A lover's gift. Well, that's a difficult one. It's a difficult one for sure. Well, how about this guy then? I'll just use the negative thing right away. Conversation with Milan. He shakes his head. Your father was the wickedest bastard ever born. He kissed death and set lightning. He'd eat that newborn's heart raw to savor the taste. He definitely had a few drinks. You're pretty sure your father has never eaten a baby's heart. You want my vote, you have to earn it. You have to challenge me. Why are these people all so difficult? A duel. Bah. pussyfooting around poking for points. A real challenge. A man's challenge. We aren't a man, so probably not a good thing. You are obviously not a man. What's the point? Strength to strength. Best me at my strengths. Surprise me. Show me you're worthy of father's throne. Alright, what strengths do you want to compete in? He holds up a fist, peeling up fingers one at a time. Wrestling, fishing, singing, drinking. We are really bad at all of these. Somehow, by the last item, he has all 5 fingers raised. Even though that was only 4 options, he punctuates the list by swinging from a nearby bottle. Talk to me when you are ready to fight. Well, that's not promising either. This is very not promising. Empathy for student was success. You sense that he probably has negative feelings about you. Are no kidding, he said. He said right in the beginning that he hates our guts, girl dad. A manly challenge. Nope. Okay, this is getting difficult. Well, let's see what this guy is up to too. Why not? It's not so easy then. You need like the actual skill points to get the votes, it seems. You actually need to do planning. Lookamer doesn't return the calls. Nope. That's not promising either, I guess. Let's get some social going so that we get more points. Invite some of those residents in the palace to join you for an evening of food and entertainment. It might be that we'll have to come back to this planet, but I guess we'll... Like, how much else is there really? There were still people, so I guess we can stay put, like figure out at least what is the deal. Then think like what we need. The manly challenge, like surely you need a lot of points, like there's no way you can win with like 10 points or something. Well, let's see. Your Imperial Highness, a request for aid has been sent to the Heavenly Palace by our embassy in Chuk space. Galactic relations actually coming handy. The Chuk are a physically menacing species who originated on a high-gravity homeworld. They are large and strong, with dark blue skin, horned heads, and long tails which they can use like whips. But this is like the tiefling D&D race, I guess. Same archetype, kinda. They don't often visit Imperial space, but they do a great deal of trade through the Tarkan sectors. They have apprehended a Tarkan merchant, a citizen of Spargus, and are holding him on charges of smuggling recreational drugs through their space without paying the proper fees. Okay. The Westard is being overly polite. The merchant was probably smuggling illegal drugs without paying the proper bribes. Charges appear to be valid. The judge wishes to send him to a lifetime of hard labor. The merchant is pleading for your intervention. They must be very upset about the drugs. What is your response? We are failing everything. You're obviously nowhere near this situation. What can you actually do about it? Make a threatening statement. I guess we can try negotiate, but it has not gone well. I guess we can call them and ask like, what's up? Like, the thing that is puzzling me, like, what is the... Like, it kinda feels like this, like, well, the merchant was doing illegal things, so... Well, not our fault. Well, let's negotiate. Can you arrange for a communications channel with the Czech authorities? Perhaps we can work out some sort of deal for a lesser sentence. Very well. Probably sending legal aid would be more efficient, but we can try. Have a good day. Well, it's not happening yet, I guess. Alright. Do you want empathy or ethic? You get bonus for this for having... Okay, no, it only gives 10 points. Maybe you get bonus when you're lower level than the advisor. There have been a lot of empathy checks. And like thinking like further playthroughs, it would probably come handy. This gets bonus from... Yeah. So. Yeah, guaranteed that. This gets indulgent too, so it is possible to do this later too. By trying to twist the mood circle. Rhetoric might help with actually getting the votes, but I don't think I have seen like checks for it. Deception? No idea. I think the manly thing is like this basically. But it might be easier to just give up on that. It would be so many points. Ultimately we can't get all the votes. I guess that's how it goes. You have a limited supply of training after all. Let's get empathy going, I guess. Should get over 50, so maybe it helps. Maybe I'll put some of it in the ethic too. Oh, you can't even get more. Okay. Oh, 50 is the limit then, until the others are trained, but that's kinda awkward. Your Imperial Highness, I have an update on the Jack situation. Out of respect for your personal interest in the matter, the Jack have offered to reduce the merchant's sentence to 3 seasons in the mines in exchange for 10 cases of Ketravian ice wine from the Imperial suppliers. That's very fancy wine, but it's not legally restricted to palace use only. Anyone could buy it if they could afford it. So they're asking for a bribe. How does the price of wine compare to the price of a season's labor? You have no idea. I don't know, they just want wine. So it could be. Would be nice to know how expensive it is. Like if it is fancy. If it is too fancy, like if it costs millions. But it is just wine in the end. Surely not. There's like no way to like ask this person actually like yo, how expensive is it? Fine. Accept the offer, give them the wine. Very well. No idea if that's a bad idea, but let's try it. Alright, so this person didn't even answer. Let's investigate. Lucamer has lived a life of wealth and privilege. Not so much as an imperial heir, of course. But then much of your childhood more resembled an exile than a political education. Lucamer's family have excellent connections. He has been embedded in Twin Worlds society since before he could walk. They are actually distant cousins multiple times by some number of directions, just enough for his family to be said to have imperial ties, not enough for it to count for anything. Most nobility is connected somehow if you go back far enough. But nothing changes, I guess. Hello chat. Lucamer attended the finest academics, but his grades were haphazard. He excelled at languages, literature, and debate, but not so much at science or calculation, and he was known for skipping classes and handing in late assignments. His talent with words always smoothed over any difficulties. At Scholarum, he was known to be part of an exclusive secret society known as the Brotherhood of Bones. Their practices remain largely hidden from non-members, but they were reported for both wild parties and heretical experimentation. Okay, what is it with these people being all weird? During Lucamer's student seasons, a young scholar from a lower class family died mysteriously on campus. It was rumored that he had perished while attempting to carry out a sequence of dangerous tasks in order to win admittance to the Brotherhood, but they denied having any such entry rituals. Oh, okay. As an adult, Lucamer is now respectably married. He and his wife are patrons of many worthy causes, and he is a motivational speaker for schools and businesses. They have no children so far. Lucamer is known to be a flirt and an admirer of many, but has never been caught in any scandalous affairs. Why can't this kind of people just like Like just live normally. Why do you need to be in some kind of secret society? Blackmail option unlocked. Do we want to blackmail though? How about this person? Let's just negate it and see what happens. Arrange for a private conversation with Ixel. A person's vote is a private thing. I will make my decision when the time for the election comes. I do not currently wish to pledge myself in any direction. Is there anything I could do that would help you to reach a decision? Are you trying to sway my vote with a bribe? I sense that she disapproves of that idea. Or if she disapproves, then this is just wrong, right? Absolutely not, I guess. That was not my intention. I was asking about your politics, the goals you support. Support the goals of America and the Empire. A very safe statement which tells you nothing. Of course, I hope that we will speak again later. She nods to you. Well, I guess background check and then find something that we can do. Probably has negative feelings, but I guess that's the pattern. It seems. Well, it doesn't seem that we are getting a whole lot of votes here. Then this guy. I have no idea what else you can do then. Or just try to negate, but opinion is probably negative based on the interactions. Conversation with Kravas. Huh. Apparently you're being too formal for him to understand. I want to know if you have made up your mind to vote for me in the election. If you're happy to make that promise, then I can count you as one of my supporters. If you're not satisfied yet that I should be Empress, then I want to know if there's anything I can do differently to change your mind. Okay, but that's probably going to rile him up. Get some ideas. I see. He thinks for a split. To prove yourself worthy of becoming Empress, you must seek the blessing of death. You must come to Andro, to my holding on the edge of the dark green jungle, and carry out a ritual of devotion. Okay, that's a yikesy too. Why can't anything go well? Why can't anything be normal? What sort of ritual about death? Doesn't sound promising. It is a secret mystery. You cannot know what the test is until you face it. Well, I don't know, this just sounds like we are plain going to die if we do this. Like there were rumors of this guy murdering a child and stuff. Elector background. Agents said that there were cults worshipping Kravas as an avatar of death. Is he trying to make us join his splinter religion? If you survive the ritual, then I will know that you have been chosen. And no thanks. Survive. You must gaze into the face of death without flinching. Empathy expert fail. So he has to claim that you could die. Otherwise it wouldn't count as you facing death. I don't know. I'm really suspicious like this. This feels like a vote that we don't even want to get. This phase 2. You call me when you are ready to pass the gauntlet. Also, we have like no survival skills. We are just going to die there. He waves his hand in front of his face, then quickly cuts the connection. You sense that he probably has positive feelings about you. Positive in what sense? Like positive about us dying. Good dancing. Go out for some wild exertion in one of the palace ballrooms. Nope. The drug was the place that was like in kinda danger. Where are we going then? I have the feeling that these are really hard at this point. Do we want to go to the furry planet? Let's go here. Merca 2. Good morning, Your Imperial Highness. We must now discuss the matter of the Jubilee holiday. The celebration of my father's birth star rising. Nope. Not sure how holiday mode it is at this point. As we officially have no emperor at the moment, it would not be unreasonable to postpone the Jubilee until after a successful election. We could maintain the current schedule, celebrate in honor of Emperor Dragosen on turn 28. Okay, so there are a lot of turns then. There are a lot of turns. Or using your position as the Emperor's daughter, you could move the Jubilee to match your own birth star on turn 15. But that's probably a little bit premature at this point. That could help cement my position as the next ruler in the eyes of the Empire. Or it might appear presumptuous of me. Now that's what I thought too. That's what I thought. I guess like ethic is on some level like common sense, I guess. But not like entirely. What are your commands? But this is also like what do the citizens think of the father? It is a holiday though. So like if you cancel holidays, maybe people will be upset. Like that's how it works in real life, right? Well, let's just keep this. Like economy check is probably that. Let's keep things stable. The Jubilee should celebrate my father's birth star. I will make a note of it. But it's either that or cancel it, I think. Like it sounds like a bad move in real life, at least, for sure. To make it yours when you're not like having the thing at all sounds like a bad move to be honest. Okay, so these are like you can't level this up. What do we want then? These are like the... Like this would go towards getting one of the votes, but it's so much though. Would have to sacrifice a ton of turns. Then there's the stealth thing too. Also, it's hard to say like if you need these two. You could just take galactic relations, I guess. Let's do that, I guess. Get it to 50. We have received a report from the Star Admiral. The fleet is preparing to resume regular patrols around the Empire. But I told him to come to the Heavenly Palace. Where is he now? Oh, it was around the danger area. Last time I checked. Oh, it's there. Well, probably it's there because it takes time to travel. Maybe it would have been smart to actually stay there. Nope. Highness, I need your input on a matter of security. A largely unimportant matter, but one that you might wish to exercise discretion while handling. A visitor to the palace, the Hurricane Laborer, became publicly intoxicated and made a nuisance of himself. Among other things, he was loudly shouting that Emperor Tragasen had been murdered by your hand. Well, obviously drunken nonsense, but as it concerns your reputation, you may wish to take a personal hand in the matter. We have him in custody, awaiting your decision. A good thing we didn't change the well, basically birthday party thing, holiday to our own. That would be really awkward at this point. Media basic fail. Obviously you did not murder your father. Is it possible that someone did? Does this Hurricane know anything? Is the truth in the wine? Or is it just drunken rambling? Well, it is Lando for sure. Like, I don't know, like, I don't think you get like anything negative exactly for this in real life. Like, maybe you could, but realistically speaking, like when it is like totally baseless. We could interrogate, but it sounds kinda useless. But well, like there should be an option to do this and then punish for slander, right? Well, I guess we can humor the possibility. He must be questioned. Where did he get these ideas? What information does he have about my father's death? I need to know everything he knows. Like, it could be handy to know like where this comes from, like if there's some conspiracy or something. Who knows? Like, I don't think you would get this like out of nowhere. Or maybe you could, but usually not. I think in real life life it would be the internet, I guess, like social media where you get these ideas. Maybe it's the same here too. Like I just got the heard it on Twitter basically. Like that's probably what he's going to say, but we'll try. But it's like fun to like explore these things first. Like next time we know that it is useless. Your Highness, he's accusing you. He's a fantasist. Your father's death was an accident. This man knows nothing. He's obviously wrong about me, but he might have seen something or heard something that could give us a clue about what happened. Well, probably not, but we can try. Or if it's just about attacking me, why? Is there a rebel group behind him? Does he have connections? Who has he talked to about this? Like this is the thing that interests me. Like surely there is like somewhere that it came from. It's a waste of time, but if you command, I will turn him inside out for any pebble of information. Yeah, it's probably a waste of time, but well. In the early days of American space exploration, before the Celestial Star Empire was born, the first colony outside the Twin Worlds was built on Xenia, rocky moon of the untouchable gas giant Kerr. It represented not only an exotic mineral resource, but also a gateway to the larger universe. Political and technological developments over the centuries have relegated it to little more than a waypoint for galactic travel. The mining operation continues, but China is no longer a thrilling frontier. Despite or because of its proximity to the Twin Worlds, it is very rare for China to receive an imperial visit. Dignitaries from the locale usually make their way to Ketro or Andro for audiences. That's why Xenia rates only one elector. This reception is the dream of a lifetime for every minor official, regional business director headquartered on the moon. Invitations were in intense demand. I guess it makes sense, like maybe the more like distant places are easier to get votes from than basically the capital. It seems that half the guests wish to speak with you about some manner of investment opportunities. You have far more important things to do with your time. You turn them all away unheard. There is only one guest at this reception with a critical role to play in the near future. You scan the crowd, seeking. Your eyes fall upon a tall, willowy woman whose hair has the gleam of platinum. Makeup enhances the keenness of her gaze, making her age hard to guess beyond adult. Her silk gown is colored like a cascade of flower petals. Ooh. A very like Onesan vibes. At her side is a middle-aged woman with a pleasant smile, wearing dark-colored dress, but timber sophistication. Thin traceries of silver jewelry glint when they catch the light. This is Mbrel, Elector of Xenia. Your Imperial Highness, it is my great pleasure to welcome you here. May I introduce my wife, Biyange. Oh, wife. You exchange pleasantries. Would this also be like if you don't have like the ethic, like it would be like get out of here? Have you ever visited Sina before? You have actually, but only as part of a school trip. Educational excursion to the old frontier. You're not sure that's what she'd want to hear. Well, we have no deception. When I first entered secondary school, we went on an overnight trip to Sina to visit the museum and see the original landing sites. For many students, it was their step out among the stars, as it was for our people long ago. Well said. But these eyes are like a little bit like not impressed, I guess. A chime interrupts our conversation, signaling that the first of the scheduled speeches is about to begin. I look forward to speaking with you in more detail later. Your Imperial Highness, please call me if you have any needs. All of Sina is at your service. I dropped my gamepad, but it doesn't matter. Thank you. You sense that she probably has positive feelings about you. But probably like we are both gay, so why not? I think we want to go this direction to get more social skills. I'm having good time with this game. Like there are mechanics, but they are like pretty well balanced, I feel. And like there is kind of like a puzzle, like how are you going to get the votes? They aren't so simple. That's kind of interesting. I like it. There has been like markedly less death than I expected based on when I played Long Live the Queen. I guess it's kind of a good thing. Like maybe it's more about actually like getting the votes, and then oh, you will be dead if you don't get them or something. Well, like there is a possibility that there is a possibility that we could have died, I guess. And there is a possibility that we will die. Like the trial of death thing, like that was surely a death flag, like that's just plain don't do this please or you'll die. At least like that was coded like, okay, this is dangerous. So how about no? Princess, have you seen the latest news across the star feeds? I just got up. This concerns your father. The way starts beckons you closer to look at the feed display. The sound has been muted, but on the screen you can see an unfamiliar American woman cradling an infant. The text scrolling across the bottom reads, Emperor Dragason's secret heir. Well, I guess it's Oblivion now. Oblivion plotline. This woman claims to have conceived the Emperor's son and requests the palace's aid in claiming his birthright. Well, I don't think like there is. I don't think it works like this based on what we have heard. Like there was the brother anyway, but it's more about who the dad believes to be the right person. Like the brother, well, got demoted for not being great. Surely you don't have like a birthright exactly, it's more like you have a like father's decision right. Who is she? Is that one of my father's concubines? You don't recognize her, but you can't say that you'd remember every face in your father's harem. That was not an area of his life that you paid much attention to. No, an unmarried woman of common family and middling income. She apparently came into contact with the emperor during one of his visits to Andhra. The child's genetics have not yet been verified. Even if her story is true, if she is not a wife or a concubine, and the child was never officially acknowledged, and it wasn't your father's will, was quite clearly that he has no son now. Such a baby has no birthright to claim. Yeah, that's what I told you. Actually paying attention. Under imperial law, family is mother of... Oh, I bumped my gamepad. I guess it mattered that I dropped it. Sorry about that. Under imperial law, family is a matter of contract and obligation, not genes. Many children are not genetically related to one or even both of their parents. Children can be conceived artificially. Genes can be edited before birth. If someone finds an unscrupulous doctor, genes can even be stolen. Okay, I remember there being something in the Kickstarter campaign that you can get babies even if you basically marry a woman. That's how it works. Creating a child of someone's genes without their permission is illegal, but it does happen, especially with celebrities or other prominent figures. Your father was certainly prominent. This story is nothing but tabloid gossip, but one in the empire would seriously imagine that this baby was the heir to anything. But if it is in some way your father's child, what are you going to do about it? Galactic relations success. Whoever this woman is, she's Mercan. That means the child's heritage is not mixed in the way that yours is. There are people in the empire who might prefer a pure-blood heir. Nope. Lot of fails. Adopt the child yourself. Let's ignore it, surely it's fine. It's nothing but sensationalist scandal chasing. Bad journalism. The baby doesn't matter. There might not even be a baby. How do we know that's not the doll she's holding? Yanwo, the whole thing that there is no birthright anyway. Ignore the whole thing. Very well. But surely, if we get around adopting every baby of everybody who claims that they had the baby with the emperor, we would have a lot of babies. So it's not sustainable. If that's resolved, then I have an update on the drunk Hurricane slandered your name. After an extensive interrogation, it was conclusively proven that the Hurricane knew nothing at all about your father's death, not even how or where it took place. He had no contacts in the science department or anywhere else within the palace that could have provided inside information. He is not a member of the subversive organization. He is simply a young man prone to speculation and jokes. Jokes? How is that a joke? Well, people think that bad things are joke quite regularly, it seems. This individual and his friends were engaged in a theoretical discussion of who might have killed the emperor if there had been a murder. The top candidates were the emperor's shadow, as the person with the closest access, yourself, as the person with the most to gain, and myself as the person most likely to get away with it. Sounds logical. He was on the side arguing against you. When drunk, he got carried away. He knew absolutely nothing, and he has now lodged a complaint regarding his rough treatment, but will never sit to torture him. That's your fault, not our. Well, if you hadn't investigated, you wouldn't know that he knew nothing. He didn't know anything. He was just a random visitor. If there is a mystery about your father's death, then any clues must be hidden somewhere in the Heavenly Palace. Science department is the obvious place to start looking. With so much else going on, do you really want to devote your time to chasing phantoms? I don't know, like the cat boy also just left, so probably there's no need to do that this time. You'll never find anything if you keep digging in the same hole. That's dealt with. You have studying to do. I think we want to study for now. We can, if we can somehow get the votes. Alright, so you need more points to actually gain on this. It should be compliant and social should be good, so I think we just try to gain this. It's probably the plan. Like empathy 50, it would be kinda nice to increase it, but I don't know. Rhetoric. No idea how good that is though, as a skill. You received a report from the Imperial Treasurer. Your agents have heard rumors that Mazarine, the rogue shadow that served your father, was sighted en route to the Twin Worlds. However, none of these rumors came from anyone who knew him well enough to be certain of his identity. By the time agents were dispatched, the former shadow was nowhere to be found, if he was ever there at all. Okay, I can kinda see like what might happen, because we didn't kill him, so he'll surface at some point and go like, no, the Emperor is still alive, and you're just like, well, you're not like eligible to be the Empress, and that is the case, right? That feels plausible. There's no cause for concern. The treasurer will continue to monitor the situation. Alright, let's go talk to the gay lady. Arrange for a private conversation with Merle. I need the support of my electors and so on. Well, as you know, your Imperial Highness, you rarely see important guests from the rest of the Empire not here. Royal progress. Preparing for election is the excitement of a lifetime for us. My youngest won't remember any of this, but for my oldest boy, this is a chance to create a magical memory. I don't understand. In exchange for my support in the election, I wish for you to spend some quality time with my son. Impress him. Well, that's easy, yeah? Unless he's a weirdo too, like the dead cultist. You want me to go on a date with your son? She laughs, then quickly covers her mouth. I'm sorry, your Imperial Highness. Of course you would not know. Even our eldest is still only a child. You want me to babysit? Well, that's fine, right? It sounds easy compared to becoming a pro wrestler or dying. Or like doing a stealth mission. Mirko is a child, but he will someday be a member of the Imperial Committee. You might find it a benefit to command his fond personal affections as well as his loyalty. It's a very simple request in exchange for my vote. Consider it my gift to you. It does sound simple, at least on the surface. Entertaining a little boy is not a guest of great danger and difficulty. On the other hand, children are fickle. If you're reliant on his approval, who knows what it might take to win him over. Well, I don't know, I don't think children can be like that hard. Like you can get him like a game console and an ice cream or something. Still, that is the quest. That is the quest his mother has set. It seems fair. He probably has positive feelings. Yeah, this seems totally good to me. Seems totally good to me. Do we need to actually? Do we actually need to? Well, I guess we just have to do it. We could also offer a cabinet position, because why not have some gay people in the cabinet? No idea though, is she will agree. Well, this is undecided still. He's still questing somewhere. I guess not. A little bit lost on how it works. Might be a save and try out time. Files. Do we need to negate it again? Is that how it works? Well, I guess we'll try. We have to talk to the sun. Okay, well. There is no sun. Maybe that was a waste of time, so I guess we'll just load. Doesn't take too long. Yes. What? How do you talk to the sun? Oh, it's personal quest. Okay, makes sense. Just never noticed this. You prepare to meet with Mirko, oldest son of Mirella, Elector of Sina. He is being specially brought to the palace for this visit. A little awkward face, I guess. You weren't quite sure what to expect. Mirko looks to be about half your age, more than a head shorter than you. If he were standing up straight. Unfortunately, he is mostly staring at his feet. Perhaps he is shy. Hello, Mirko. What would you like to do today? He shrugs, twisting his foot back and forth to leave a pale mark on his plush violet carpet. On your carpet. What might catch his interest? Could you entertain him or maybe teach him something? We have like nothing. We can do none of these. Okay, it is more difficult than I thought then. Like this just sounds like we are going to get him killed by not knowing anything. Ray guns too. Fumble and like shoot him. Well, lockpicking just sounds super boring even if you're good at it. Magic tricks, well, like this is probably something that you can do even if you're not great at it. Like you can just do it with children and have a good time. Do you like to draw or paint? Maybe just sketch or doodle? He shrugs. Well, I got some color in pages of sea monsters, nightside jungles, crystal caves, space battles. Okay, that's not great. Like I didn't think like he's like toddler age artist. He looks unimpressed. Well, just try it here. I'll pick out colors for you. We try to guide him through the process of making a pretty picture for his mothers. He goes along with your instruction but never seems enthusiastic. When Girl finally arrives to fetch Mirko, you have to hand the coloring over in his stead because he refuses to touch it. Well, it's a lovely picture anyway, and I thank you both for it. This wasn't exactly a magical memory. You'll have to try harder to make an impression on him. Well, that was a fail too. I guess we'll just load it. We'll need skills. Okay, but that didn't work. That didn't work. Well, I guess we'll just visit Xenia then. Oh, you can only get computer lessons. Where is the romance? How can you do it? Or maybe it's for later. I guess you get like free computer skills at least. Or maybe this is like the romance. Like we'll geek out. Xenia sits down with you for a crash course of computer handling. Well, I guess not. It is something though, but not much. You will need like visual art skill, possibly. What were the other options? Lock picking. Just intrusion. Sleight of hand. We will need this for the stealth quest, but if you are not in the mood for doing this, need to be secretive. Well, there is even like the computer skills. Like what does it increase? Oh, it's operations. Maybe. Yep, it is operations. Okay, I get it. It is something. We could try to offer the position in the council, I guess. Seems like a reliable member, but no guarantee that she'll accept it. Or cabinet position. In exchange for your electoral vote, I am willing to grant you a role within the Celestial Ministry. But not sure like if this is like, I just want her to be in the cabinet, like not exactly bribe her. The only sign of her surprise is a slight widening of her eyes. I'm greatly honored, Imperial Highness. How may I serve you? But no idea what she's even good at. What is Lord Chancellor anyway? Culture, law, commerce. Well, it is like at least commerce planet, I guess. No idea like if she has the skills, but maybe she would have the connections for this. Oh my. Well, I guess not. Eyes flick back and forth rapidly, lips moving as if she were counting under her breath. Yes, I will serve to the best of my ability, Your Imperial Highness. Thank you for the opportunity. But do we want to load the game and try something better? Surely it's fine. Surely it's fine. At least we have her. How to vote too. Probably can't trust advice too much. Well, let's go to that indulgent. Well, we are done with the place. Let's go toward the Mau planet of the fairies. Go to deep space. Deep space is probably nothing. Well, I think we could call it a day here. It has been fun. But I'll have time to play tomorrow too. So no need to crunch too much. Where's the menu? Probably here. I can save. Alright then. The title. It is pretty fun. I like it. Wow. It was nice. I'm going to play tomorrow too. I'm excited to see how it continues. Yeah, we've avoided dying so far, but there were suspicious moments for sure. So who knows, maybe tomorrow they'll get us. I like it, it's a lot of fun. I like the balance of the mechanics and the narrative. It's nice. It's nice and the quality is pretty high too. Like this game is also kinda on my radar because I want to know like how much you need to like make a successful indie game basically. Like this isn't like well Silk Song level of success, but I think like I would imagine it is a success because it has trading cards. Also like I like Hanako's games. It's nice to like see like how this is made, and if there are like lessons to learn from this. Like I made a game and I kinda like know like not too much success, but I know some success. I think I could make something successful, but now it's very like, well, how big can I make? Like how big of a game I can make solo basically. So it's kinda research and also mainly fun though. I just wanted to play this too. Like honestly. Yep. Entertainment and research. Both. Like the art is definitely good, but like it's not like it's like animated. Like the facial expressions are animated though. Yeah, is that like there are little animations, but it's not like animated in the same level as like Black Lily's Tale, which is fine I guess. Like you got to like find the right balance for your game, and this feels good. It has been the right balance so far, so nice. Yeah. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. Thank you for watching and like see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Let's try to not get Zorana killed, but it might happen. Anyway, bye bye.